Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee. And today's tarot card of the day is the Knight of Vessels and the Eel. And what the eel symbolizes is it's seen as a wise protector within the Wildwood Tarot deck. And how fitting of that is, for the knights to be protectors, because they were protectors of the realm. They were protectors of the kings and the queens and of the court. And this eel, or this knight, is of vessels. Is a protector of the water, okay, protector of psychic ability and dreams, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. But the knights, the way I like to describe them, the knights are fighters and tacticians. They're usually the first ones that get sent out into the skirmish for the king, but they're also tacticians and negotiators. Okay, and this Knight of Vessels, this eel, is a very good negotiator because he can see through the cracks. He or she can see through the cracks of emotional armor, and is able to slither his way in there and possibly get his way, possibly negotiate something in the right form or fashion, for the king, or however you may want to look at it. Okay, but knights are also were the ones that would always start going out on the quest. They would look for something that was important, for their journey, for their quest, for their spiritual path, and possibly out on that quest for the king to, search for something that the king wanted. All right. Vessels, as I talked about here a couple seconds ago, is all about water and all about emotions. All right. So this Knight of Vessels, okay, is a fighter negotiator. Okay, and he can be very, very strong-headed with his emotions that he's going into the fight, but he can also be very, very calm and cool and collected, and look for opportunities to get into the conversation and possibly get into good standing with others, so he could negotiate a pact, or become a tactician and how to fight a different way. Okay, so he would always look for openings or opportunities, all right, in that emotional balance of somebody else or something else, whatever, just so he could have a leg up. Doing the history a little bit about the eel in the Druidic lore, they were looked at as being pure, having wisdom, being mature. So this knight is not young. He knows the ways in and the ways out of different things. All right, and he can come in different forms and fashions. All right. The other piece of that is when he talks and he opens himself out, or herself, they will express deeper feelings about what's going on, how they really feel about things. Okay. And when I think of eels, I think of ocean eels that are way down in the deep, and the corals. All right, and I don't know much history on eels, but I do know that when they come out, to look at what's going on, they poke their heads out, and they're in the deep depths of the waters, where all the coral is at and everything like that. So this eel will definitely describe his feelings if given the opportunity. All right, and really get deeply emotional about things, possibly in taking a stand, or being strong-willed about something. As a person, as this, again, the court cards, they have three different things: persons, aspects, and events. When you're going through your day, look for people who are charmers, okay, who are sweet talkers, smooth talkers. Okay, unlike yesterday, like the King of Bows, where somebody walks into the room and they can be spotted, this Knight of Eels is going to be a smooth talker. He's going to have that charisma of the tongue. All right, so he's able to flow into conversations and try to get you to see things their way, and he won't be argumentative. He'll be very easygoing, and he'll wait for that opportunity for him to jump in. They'll be very cultured too, so they'll know a lot about a lot of things. Learned people, having the opportunity to be able to speak about a lot of different things. So this Knight of Eels, this person that may be in your workplace or in your relationships or somebody you want to look for, is going to be very sensitive. Okay, sensitive in their emotions. They're going to be very touchy. They'll be able to get riled really quick, or you may be able to push their buttons a little bit. And somebody may come to mind, and this might even be you too. So keep that in mind too. Very imaginative. Okay, they know how to get into the dream world and how to get out of the dream world. Okay, based on their intuition and based on how they're able to get in and out, okay, of that dream world and touching with the consciousness and the subconsciousness. Again, we talked about emotions. They're highly emotionally charged. All right, so they're not going to be up and down. Okay, it's all going to be very high. If they're angry, they're going to be really angry. If they're sad, they're going to be really sad. If they're depressed, they're going to be really depressed. All right. If they're happy, they're going to be really happy, and they're going to let other people know about it. If they're peaceful, it's going to be at that high level, so they're going to know that. This person's also going to be very seductive in the way they talk, seductive in the way they smooth things out. So if you're in an argument about it, they're going to change the topic a little bit. All right, and move in and out, calm everything down. All right, and then look for that opportunity, possibly to strike or, make their point. So, they can be very seductive in how they operate, how they communicate more or less than anything else. And they're looking for that opening within the emotions, somebody else's emotions. All right, so they can come in. If this is an aspect, when you think about the Knight of Eels, this is finding an agreement, with a concept or a project. You could be that Knight of Eels as you're sitting at that conference table with your bosses talking over, the direction on which way a project's supposed to go or something like that. You may be able to come across and say, you know what? Help me understand how this benefits the organization. Help me understand how this benefits, the project. All right. If we're in agreement with that, let's move forward. Okay. But if not, let's continue to talk a little bit more about it. Okay. The other thing that they like to do as an aspect is they like to harmonize everything. If somebody's hot over here, hey, calm down, come on in. Let's look at this collectively, as a group, okay, and let's try to get some harmony within everybody else. All right. They don't want, as an aspect, you don't want somebody out there that is really going against everything that's happening. All right. What you want is to have that harmony. So as an aspect, this Knight of Eels is going to look to bring people in or bring projects in that's going to create harmony to what's going on. As an event, they're going to be kind of like the host to hostesses, the Knight of Eels. They're going to be very welcoming to whatever's going on. All right, so if you think of greeters at events, if you think hosts, hostesses, all right, it could be when you're walking into, a restaurant. That person at that desk could be that greeter, okay? Could be that Knight of Eels that you're looking for. And sometimes all you need to do is just, give them a nod and a yes, and hey, I'd like a table for two over there, and on a patio or something like that. All right, and they're going to welcome you into the restaurant. They're going to welcome you into whatever that event is. Okay, and the other thing that, as an event, it's a quest. So if you're looking to do a quest, okay, or start a quest, okay, that Knight of Eels is going to be very strong in the background to to help start that out for you, okay, to show you the direction, to give you the enthusiasm, to give you the drive, to give you the vision. Okay, the Knight of Eels being connected to psychic ability and the dreaming world will give you that opportunity to see that vision. See that vision with your third eye possibly, or see that vision while you're dreaming, to give you that idea to plant that seed. Okay, and the other thing that Knight of Eels does is it helps you to look within, helps you connect to that dream world, helps you connect to spirit. All right, to allow spirit to come in and kind of give you that emotional well-being that you're looking for. All right, that that fighter or that negotiator with where you want to go forward in that day. So with all the court cards, you know, they do ask questions, and one of the questions that I want to ask you is, you know, where are your emotions running high? You know, and you know, when I say high, I don't mean like at a boiling point. I say like high as in like, you know, I'm happy today, I'm content, I understand what's going on, or you know what, I'm a little depressed today. You know, it's at a high level, but you know, it's higher than it has been the other day, or you know, maybe I'm sad, or maybe I'm joyful, maybe I'm peaceful. You know, it's all about that emotion. So, you know, where are your emotions running high today? All right. And, you know, all through the day, we have peaks and valleys, up and down, peaks and valleys, up and down. And it's how we control those emotions and look at that Knight of Vessels to come in and say, you know what? This is the direction that you need to go forward. This is the direction, you know, we need to fight for, or we need to go negotiate. Look for those armors, that crack in the armor where you can, you know, get in there. All right, and you know, possibly smooth things over with a coworker or with a loved one or something on that nature. You know, take a step back to look within, okay, and say, you know, maybe I was you know, off a little bit. You know, maybe I shouldn't have come across it at that tone of voice. Maybe it was too high. All right. The other question is you know, where do you need to express more sensitivity? All right, where do you need to be more sensitive in your communications with others? Whether that's a boss, or whether it's a coworker, a loved one, significant other, you know, touchy subjects, okay, and you know, get into heated discussions, okay. And sometimes we need to come across and say, you know what, what's the better road here, you know, to make my point, not more or less get into a heated discussion, okay, but just to have a general conversation and say, well, my point, you know, about this is such and such. Or, you know, a friend of mine told me a long time ago, you know, ask the question, help me understand, you know, how you feel about this. Help me understand how, you know, we can move forward to solve this issue. Help me understand how I can help you move forward to solve the issue. So, you know, those are just some of the thoughts, you know, that I have. So that's what the Knight of Vessels, the eel, is all about. If this resonates with you, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good day.